It was funny because he was like, "I don't want to do this, but I want to get stronger."
He was like, "Go ahead, buddy."
And it was funny because like I think like while he was doing it, he just kept thinking he was like, "Please don't see me, please, please, please," like because he didn't want to do that, but he his own selfish lust for power.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. I was like, that's kind of a weird kind of take on that, where like he has to do it. It's not because of like a selfish need. It's just because I think like he dies because it's like he has to keep like feeding it or something.
You know what that
Basically,
reminds me of, kind of. It's like a parody, so it doesn't take it so seriously, right? Um, so it's called. I'm pretty sure you probably heard of it. It was trending a while ago. It's called the 100 Girlfriends That Really Really Love You, right?
I think I've heard of that.
So basically, this dude got rejected like 100 times, like throughout his entire career, basically. And then he's about to go into high school, and so he goes to like some shrine to the like deity of like love or whatever, right? And he starts praying, and the deity of love comes out of nowhere, and he's like, "It's fine, bro. You're gonna find your soulmate in high school, right?" And he's like, "Dope. That's dope. I've been waiting this entire time. I got rejected 100 times, type shit, right?" And then he's like, "Here's the issue, though. You're gonna have 100 of the bitches." And he's just like, "Yo, that's so cool, 100." And then he was just like, "But if you failed to date one of them, they die." And he's just like, "Shit." So he has to like triple, like he has to like be with all these like people or they die. And it's pretty funny because like he has to. And he has to explain to them every single time he finds a new one, like what happened, because he's just like, well, here's like my partner number 25 or 26, like because of whatever. It's fucking stupid because it's not like he can say no, you know. They die, so he has 100 of them or they die. But the funniest thing, I guess it's not really gonna be super funny like to you, but it's funny to me. It's like he can't do no wrong because they're soulmates. He can say some stupid shit, right? And they'll be like, he's spitting, you know.
That's your man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. And then like 25, 26, all 100 of them say like, yeah, you know? And then I'm thinking like, okay, this dude really has to make 100 different people, you know? He has to make 100 different characters. And the stupidest thing is like they eat on top of like the school because he goes to school like roof. So it's eventually like on the roof. It's just gonna be 100 of them and him, you know? Like, is there even 100? Like, okay, not all of them are students at the school, but it's just like it's so I don't know. It kind of reminds me of that. The whole like he has to do it, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I was just like, this dude has to go in there, and like no matter what, because he senses them, right? They look into each other's eye or something, and then there's like, damn, you know? And no matter what, he has to go for them. I mean, it helps that they're soulmates, right? So like perfect for each other, but it's just kind of like, bro, deadass could do whatever, and they're just like, yep, makes sense to me, you know? Uh huh. Yeah, all right. It's fucking stupid. It's all a parody. It's not like it's serious. So it's just like
That's
you do
funny
some
though.
stupid shit. Yeah. So he's just like, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I can't think of anything in particular. But you can like, I don't know. I think he's like dating this one girl. Like she's like one of the main girls, and then later on, like because like he beats the mom, and the mom is also a soulmate, and that shit was weird. And then he like okay, it's a weird story with the mom, because the mom apparently had like a child when she was 14 because like her boyfriend when she was 14 was gonna die of some fucking disease or some shit. So she like so like they had his girlfriend, I guess, right? And then he like starts dating like the mom because it's not like he can say no either, you know? Again, or she dies. And then there's like the ghost of the dad, but he's like 14 and he's like and they start fighting basically over some stupid shit. And then I don't know. Japan's humor is really weird too. Have you realized that? They have like
A
that's such
thousand
a
percent.
they have such a different like comedy. They really love like dramatic faces. Have you realized that?
They
Like
do. They love
they really
expression.
love it. Ooh, that's just like nah. So those ones can be funny, but sometimes they're not. This anime doesn't really have that, or manga. It's both. Uh, doesn't really have expressions, but like I've seen a bunch of where it's just like, oh, this is a comedy, and it's just like, yeah, the expression faces, hella expression faced, and you're just kind of like, okay, you know, it's not really funny. I don't really find that shit funny, unless it's like perfectly timed. But sometimes they just be spamming that shit.
just to like I guess get through something.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, dog, like not everything you have to write has to be funny, you know. You know, like
Yeah.
you can hear this. I can't take it serious. Like, oh, here's the super serious monologue, and then at the end he makes a stupid face. It's like, okay, dog, or some shit like that. I don't know, but it makes me think on like their reality TV shows. Like, what do they do with that? You know,
I have no idea.
or
I
like
can't
not
imagine what those were
reality,
like.
or like live action. You
Their
know,
movies can be pretty good. I don't know if you ever watched a Japanese movie.
Godzilla.
Okay, bro.
Yeah.
But
Nah,
I
I
think their
haven't.
movies are actually kind of solid.
Nah, I haven't. I haven't seen the movies. The only type of Asian movies I've seen is uh, like Korean ones, and even then, like all I really seen is Parasite.
Hmm.
I watched that with y'all. Parasite was good.
It was a good movie. I was pretty happy about it. I think it all kind of tied up nicely. I really liked it. Uh, what was I saying?
Parasite was
Oh,
awesome.
I'd watch something that was like a whole hour, bro.
A whole hour, like an episode or like a movie.
Nah, I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying?
The other things. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna say the other things.
Okay, the other things.
I
That
watched one
side.
that
I
was a
got you.
whole hour because I was just interested because it was like a movie. It was basically like something like the animation. So usually when something's called the animation, it's usually pretty long. And this one
Yeah.
is like, especially like the old ones, like the ones that are made in like the 90s, those are
Yeah.
really long. Those are like hours, hour and a half.
Hours.
And sometimes those can be kind of unsettling. But I watched one, and this dude is like, he's like, so he's like some detective, right? He's like some inside. He's like basically kind of like an insider that. How do I say it?
Hmm.
It's kind of like undercover boss, I guess. So basically, this dude who owns the company,
Okay,
or
so that
I
is undercover boss.
so, no, so this guy owns a company, right? And he hires. I think this is how it works. I think he like. How the fuck does
Hmm.
this shit work? No, I think it was just some like agency or something hires like the protagonist to investigate why this company is like what like something's corrupt happening to this company, right?
Okay.
And like their sales are like messed up or whatever or like
So they
something like
hired
that.
the protagonist to go figure that
So the
out.
hired protagonist and he's kind of like an insider. He's trying to like he's like a detective, right? And he gets all his information by just basically assaulting all the girls, and it's really funny.
That doesn't sound funny.
No, it's funny because they just like they're just like no, and then he's just like yes, and they're like yes, and then and then they just like all right, I'll help you. It's like what?
So it's like semi-consensual. Is that what you're saying? At first
Basically,
it's no, and then it goes yes.
and then they're like okay, never mind, we're good. And then he's just like it's really funny because like he set up like the whole he'll set up like these like I guess like interactions with them so that they're alone. And then you know, so then he tries, and then they're just like, no, and he's like, but yes, and they're like, okay, and then afterwards they're like, okay, so you want to know what happened, right? He's like, yes, and then eventually like, it takes like a
Does
weird
he figure it
twist where
out?
like, huh?
Does he figure it out?
Yeah, it just turns, you know, just corrupt CEO and stuff, and they tried, and they knew that he was like a rat basically, so they tried to like blackmail him because like they had like footage of him messing with the girls. They're like, look, dude, you're gonna get fired, and it does release, and then he's like, but then it turns out they had like way more dirt on the CEOs than the protagonist, so then the protagonist basically won.
Ah, that's interesting.
He won in the end.
Good for him. That
It was like an
I,
hour. I don't know why I watched that. I don't know. It was just kind of like it was kind of interesting because I've never seen that before.
that type of plot. I
Yeah, the older
guess.
stuff actually like has a plot. It's really weird. Some of it's
Yeah.
really fucked though. I won't even lie. Some of it's just like some of it's just straight up rape, and I'm just like, okay, this is like I
No,
don't
yeah,
want to see a whole
that's
like. And it's
that's the
weird. Well,
worst.
it's a little. How do I say it? There's some that's made that it's just kind of like there's no. It doesn't set you up to be like what is it called? Like for you to really bond to the characters. That makes
Okay.
sense. But the ones
They
that are
don't
like
want
an
you to
hour,
bond.
right, and it's just like that, it sets you up to like those characters. So then you become invested.
And then
And
you
then you
feel
see it
bad.
happen, you're like, oh man, why would I be enjoying this? Like, no, hell no.
Yeah, you're just like, damn, she doesn't deserve this.
Yeah, like damn.
No, that sucks. But people like that though.
They do like that. I'm surprised there's not more like story based things because it looks like all that stuff from the '90s is very story based. Like they want you to get invested into these characters.
I don't know. That's not for me. That's like, well, I don't get that whole side anyway. To be honest, I don't really get people doing it to that, you know. But like, I don't really get I don't know,
I don't
like
understand
those
why there's
type of.
so much like cuckolding. I don't understand that. That shit is just like that
Well, I
hurts
think it's
my
a mixture
heart.
of like Japan, right? Because Japan's like, you gotta think about them. Like the two biggest one is what you just said right now, and then the fruit. You know, the one that
Yeah.
rhymes with fruit. So, uh, like you gotta realize, like, okay, the people watching this in Japan, there's such like a pressure to like you said, there's societal pressure to like
I think
people
it's
stuff
just
like,
I think there's just a
right?
slight detachment from reality that people
I
are
don't,
like
I know. I think it just it bred like it stems from like what people like the people's like ideal, I guess, right? So I think I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's more just like okay, most most the people watching them are probably let's say like unattractive, right? They can't really do anything. Uh, they don't know how to like do you know what I'm saying? Zero
yeah.
riz, right? Zero type, right? So I think it kind of just stems from like, oh, okay, like because of that, I'm gonna like something like the Sneeko, because that's probably the closest I can get type shit, you know? So or or same thing with the other side. It's like this is the only way I can do it. So that's why that fantasy lives in my head. Does that make sense?
I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I feel like that's where because it's not big here in America, right? Or at least not to that degree, right? Obviously, it's gonna be popular, but not like insane, you know? So I feel like in Japan it's really just like cuz like what is it for us? It's like steps, you know? So like the big thing in America is like steps. I don't know why. I guess it's just Alabama for real, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but that's like the biggest thing. But I really think it just stems to like again like the people watching it in Japan. Societal pressure, which makes you feel like you have to do this, you know? That you have to have this type of thing, but you can't, you know? So you have these fantasies to where you do achieve it. So they make content like it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, because it's not like a big thing here. I don't think a lot of people, like most people, will see that shit and be like, you know. I would
Yeah.
hope so. Cause they also don't have like any normal shit. Have you realized that? Have you ever like try to look for like a really normal one and you just can't find it? Cause like whenever, even like their normal shit is like really weird. Cause they be like the shit they be doing with like I guess their mouth is really weird. You know?
It feels kind of predatory.
It does. And it's just like like it feels like I don't know. Every single time I've seen one, I'm always just kind of like, what the fuck, you know? And like,
There's always like a twist to it. There's always something fucked.
I don't know. You know, another weird thing that I don't get why they like it is where like they um, like force use the wand type shit. You know, like Japan loves that for some reason. You
I don't
know,
know what that is. That
like
that
what do
shit
you
is
get
just
from that? You know, you're just like, oh, I
the
mean, like
male fantasy.
that's weird. This is like, what do you get from using the wand for like, yeah, like I guess like it'd be different if it was your partner, right? But most of these fantasies are like,
It's just some stranger.
yeah. So I'm just like, who cares? I don't know. Wouldn't you just be more selfish in that regard? But I don't know. Oh, and then like, don't talk about how like Japan loves fucked up teeth.
All the reasoning behind that, yeah, it's fucked.
But I only think it's really apparent on like in that industry though.
Yeah,
Cause like I've seen like idols and shit, and they'll have like not like the best teeth, like but they're just normal, you know. They're not like really fucked up. They're just normal teeth, you know. And I'll be like, oh okay. But like I think the industry really just pushes for that, which is disgusting.
you'll see like people like those workers, and it's just like they have those type of teeth.
Yeah, you're always just like, what? Like
I don't
so
understand how
that's
someone could look at that and be like, that reminds me of this. And it's just like, what?
no. Why would I see it? I'm always just like, damn, you need braces.
Yeah, it's kind of. Wish
I
we
don't
had
know.
that
Those
here, bro. I wouldn't get made fun
no, your teeth are not even bad, dog.
of.
Your teeth are not bad. I've seen some fucked up shit, like some real fucked up shit. That's like my biggest, like one of my biggest pet peeves, and I'm like, I don't think I could ever like have that sort of connection with somebody if like their teeth were really fucked up like that. You know, like I really couldn't. That shit just like, it's just this. I don't know, cause like how do you get it that bad? You know, like like I'll be honest, how'd you get it that bad? Cause like I don't know, like yours, right? You didn't have anything. You just chilled. And like sure, you have like what is it? Like your little fang teeth are like upwards, right? And like sure you have crooked teeth, whatever, but like it's normal, you know? But you see some people and they got like the chompers, you know? And it's like damn.
No idea. I really don't know.
It's like if somebody just like punched them in the face and that's what happened, you know? That'll make more sense. Like some people, like I don't even know how they close their mouths. It's like damn, like I don't know, and that feels like that industry really has those type of people. You know, it's just like oh, ew. You know, I don't even talk about like, you know what's another weirdest thing to me? It's like crazy, crazy, crazy like gaps, not like in the teeth, but like in age. That shit's weird. Have you seen that?
I don't
That
think
shit,
I
that shit,
have.
that's like borderline like predatory. You know. You haven't? It is, cause it's like some people it's like really like that like Leonardo DiCaprio shit, you know?
Yeah.
Or it's just like I'm like I don't even know how old he is, old as shit. But I'm with like this like 23-year-old woman, you know, and you're just kind of like, well, I don't know, you should get locked up probably.
He
But like
definitely got
in
some
that,
tapes.
yeah, like in that industry, he definitely does. But like in that industry, it's like that's also like a big thing I've seen. It's like why, you know? It's like I get it, right? Because you're trying to appeal to the people watching to it, right? And it's like, oh, if this guy can do it, I can too, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's just like, I don't think if I was older, I would want to see that either, you know? Because it's just like, what, like, you shouldn't be doing that to yourself. I don't know, you know? Like, why not get with somebody younger, you know? Like, that shit's weird to me. But I feel like that's another big thing in Japan. I, I don't know how many people I've seen, like, I guess, like, the actors. Right? And their hairlines are so fucked. Have you ever seen that?
No, what is that?
No, it's like I've seen so many like I guess like the older people, right? Those their headlines are like shitty, like they are fucked. You know? Like that shit is a crescent moon, you know? Actually,
Got
the
Vegeta
crescent moon.
cuts.
No, yeah, it's like it's gross, and it's just like that's another bad thing. I feel bad for. Like they signed up for it, right? But like they have to like do these like you know these scenes with like some real like okay pure prejudice, weird looking people. You know,
Yeah.
like you're just kind of like are you sure? You know, at least in in Japan, you know, like in America they usually kind of keep it like it's really professional for the most part. You know,
They
like
try to. I
everyone's
mean,
pretty
they try to
much like
like. They don't give you like what's it called? Like, you know, those type of like maybe like older or like, you
yeah,
know,
but they're like
mid.
handsome as shit. You
Yeah,
know,
they're never like
you're just kind of like yeah, there's never just
interesting
like
looking people.
schmebby
Because
locks. You know,
that's like what's it called? That's like a what's it called? That's like when you go down the rabbit hole of like trying to find something. Then people will look at like the weird, the more interesting looking people, right? That's like a
yeah,
category. That's not like, but it's not like a big thing.
no, yeah, definitely not here. But like, I feel like when it comes to like Japan, like so you see people like I don't know, like the person they're doing the scene with, and you're just kind of like what, you know? Because like this dude is
Looks like
like
he's about
he's
to
probably
die.
not a bad dude, but it's just like he look, you know, like it's just it's different compared to America, you know. Like America, like you got like the 6 foot dude, mad like abs and shit, you know, where you get like the really skinny dude, you know, but he's like, oh, he's a surprise, you know, type shit. Or you get like the bear, you know, another tall dude, but he's like, and he's fat, but he's tall, you know, so he has muscle and shit, you know. Like I
Yeah.
feel like those are like the three popular ones, but like over there, they're just kind of like oh,
Fuck
you
it.
want to do it? Go ahead. You know, and you get like this greasy ass old man with like the crescent cut, like a crazy gut, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah, and it's like his legs are tinier than like his waist. You know what I'm saying? Like some real Gru type build, you know?
yeah. So we're all
It,
like beer belly ass motherfuckers.
yo, yeah, and then you see like this like the person they're doing the scene with, and they're like, you
And
know, they're
they
pretty,
look
you know?
average, they look pretty average. They look closer to like pretty and stuff. And then you're just like
Yeah.
it's like
Then you got this
unsettling.
dude.
It's just like
It's like, oh, why? I mean, because they obviously the industry can't be that big since it's like pretty kind of shunned, right? Like they
it's shunned, but it's a big industry.
no yeah, so like they can't really put that much effort. Like in America, you can, right? You can like, oh yeah, I can make sure I get top here. But like working as one, like if you told somebody, yeah, I work as one, it's so normal here. You'd be like, okay, you know, oh, that's cool. Like I wouldn't bat my eye type shit, you know. But if you said that over there, you'd be like, what? You know?
Oh, you're just a
Wow.
whore.
Yeah, you know. Basically, and they'll be like, oh, blah 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 blah. So like, I think that's why they have to find like the weirdos, because like they don't care, you know. They're like on like their last life or like they're 30 and like they look 60, you know.
They just be finding some greasy dudes, bro. And it's just like,
Yeah.
man, I don't want to see that. Like that just makes me feel bad.
No, yeah, and then you know you got like this like of like a person my age, and you're just like, oh okay, like that is so weird, you know. But like I like again, they signed up for it, they knew what they were going through, but it's still just like, you know, like you could have like take it down by 10 years, you know, or something.
Can't you find somebody like younger, dude? Like,
But
why are
no,
you
the thing
getting
is,
this dude?
who's gonna say no, you know, like too, like in Japan. I don't know why I think Japan, like a lot of Japanese people are just really lonely. I don't know why.
They are lonely. That's an actual like problem though in their society.
Oh yeah, so like, who would say no? You know, like you could probably find somebody like 10 years younger, and they'll probably say yes. I'll probably say yes
It's a really big
if
thing
I was
over
them.
there. Like,
Yeah.
what's happening is like people aren't getting as many relationships because they're just so stressed from working.
Mm. It's kind of a
They don't
different situation.
they don't have time. And because like,
Yeah.
it's harder in their it's been getting harder to like raise a kid. It's not like
Yeah.
it's not like what these fucking boomers be like, man, when I was your age, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, dude, you could
Yeah.
have
It's like it
supported like
costs money
17
as
kids
fuck.
on like 20 cents back then, all right?
Yeah. No, yeah, the cost of living is way worse. Like, yeah. It's tough. I don't know. But like I feel like that also kind of translates here, but like not
I
in the
mean,
same sense. It's a little different.
it's
It's a
not
little
it's not as
different.
bad because we will always have, our population will always be growing here because it's still possible, and our culture is different. You know,
No, yeah,
we're not like
yeah.
you'll have to work
No, yeah,
always.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm talking about the more like people being lonely type shit. Cause
That's
I've
always
been
been a
seeing
thing.
I've been some yeah, but like here I've seen some sad shit. Like on TikTok, right? I was chilling. Some people like I know of it. I never listened to it. And I think I did once, but it was pure just out of curiosity and more rather than just like, oh, I need this. But like I heard that like in this group, and this dude like who was talking about it, he's not like ugly, right? Like he's like he seems like I don't know. He can probably raise somebody up type shit, you know? Uh he he's talking about how like sometimes after he comes out of work or something, right? He'll like and like to help him go to sleep, he'll like listen to like GF ASMR.
Oh, those
Yeah. And it's
dude,
just
I
kind of like, damn, I never been like that, like bad to the point where I think I need that, you know? But it made me think. I was like, you know, 'cause it had a lot of likes. It had like 250K plus likes, and it's just like, and these people like in the comments are talking about like their favorite voice actors. Uh, it's acting, it's voice acting, right? Um, talking about their like their favorite voice actors. I'm just like, damn, dog. Like,
that's so like
sad.
disturbing.
It's sad. I don't think it's disturbing. I think it's just sad because like like they don't feel like the people like they don't have anybody that can show them any type of that type of appreciation. I don't even think it has to be like from a romantic place,
I
you
don't think
know?
I've ever been that down bad to do that.
No, yeah, I
To
haven't
even
either.
con-
But it's just
thought
like
of that.
no, yeah, and I just saw it and I was like, damn. I was just like, I don't know. So when you brought that up about like, oh yeah, these people are like lonely because of work and shit, it kind of reminded me of that. Because it's just like, here's these lonely people who have to resort to that to feel anything, you know? And it's just like, shit. I mean, like,
It's worse in Japan though.
oh, yeah, because society, you know? Like, here, you don't have to be with anybody. You can die, like, by yourself, you know? You also don't have to work if you don't really want to. You can be a bum, you know? If you want to. Um,
But in Japan, there's
but,
so many like negative things that come with what you do,
yeah.
or their perception of being looked at negatively by others.
Yeah, that's some real social anxiety. I I think it just comes to like another thing where it's just like America's a lot more, I guess, liberal, you know, open-minded. It's kind of like okay, you know. Well, Japan, you know, you kind of have to follow this line, and if you stick out, you're just kind of like, well, you know, you're weird, but are you really weird? Not really, you know. Like I don't know. Cause think about it like this: there's like American otakus, right? And then you have
Yeah,
like actual like Japanese people. Japanese people will see an otaku and be like, oh, that's gross, you know. And then in
yeah.
America, you have people calling themselves one, and people are like, okay, you know, good
I
for
mean, they're
you.
gonna get made fun of.
No, yeah, but they have their own community and their own
That's
group.
true. You're not like. I mean, like you're
Eh,
shunned, but you have your own like. What do you call it? It's a
no,
lot
you get shunned
different.
by
Like,
some people. I don't feel like the majority of people, unless you're like, I don't know, unless you're
like you
actually like
you can you can
affecting
what's it called?
people.
Like those people obviously can get like a friend group going.
No, yeah,
But like
even look at
in Japan, it's a
furries.
lot harder. Like you're just kind of like you're an outcast.
Yeah, even the people who do the same things don't want to talk about it because then they'll get outcast. You know, it's just like damn. Like even like think about American furries. Like I don't have a problem with them, you know. But if you try to be a furry in Japan, I bet you're gonna get some issues, you know.
It's true. Or for gay.
Oh yeah, but that's like everywhere besides America and like Britain, British
Right.
people.
This shit is funny.
A lot of European countries.
That's why all those European countries were shitting on America. It's like, dude, this is one of the best places to go if you just want to be actually free.
Yeah, eh, eh. It's one. Yeah, it's one of the better ones, obviously.
I
To be
can't think of a
100%
better
free,
place.
definitely not. Uh, Sweden. Those
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
motherfuckers be giving them those prisoners a hotel life for real. I'm a little jealous. Those motherfuckers living better than me and they're convicts. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, every country has their own problem.
Oh yeah.
Germany had a really bad problem with all the refugees that they were taking because the cultural differences of the refugees and them refusing to accept being basically refusing the German lifestyle. So a lot of the assault and rape statistics went up.
Yeah. That also like is really weird to me. I guess that goes to your thing about America being one of the ones. It's like America, you can come in and bring in your own ideals and stuff like that, and you'll be alright. You know, like you can come from like fucking uh, I don't know, let's say China. You can be a Chinese man, right? Coming to America, live a very Chinese like type of lifestyle, and you'll be alright. You know, you'll be okay. Like no one's gonna really think you're weird unless you're like surrounded by racists. You know.
Yeah.
But like you said right there, like they didn't really want to do with like the culture, you know? They want to stimulate to the culture, so they kind of like bad stuff happened to them, you know?
A lot of women were assaulted.
That's fucked
German
up.
women. I mean, but it's really fucked up. But you know, that's just it's just the differences of culture. Like for instance, like if you went to Egypt and shit,
Hmm.
there's a whole thing in Egypt where like women are treated very badly.
Yeah.
Like if you cannot be like what's it called? It's very risky to be like a woman by yourself in like Egypt.
Oh, good thing I wasn't planning to go to Egypt. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Because you might,
Nah.
you know what I'm saying? There's a good chance that you will get raped.
Yeah.
I mean, it can happen here in America, but we're
Oh yeah. I mean, it's still shunned upon. It's not like it's a societal thing where it's just like, oh yeah, you know, like that just happens, you know?
or like
Like,
India,
oh,
bro. Like Indian motherfuckers be so horny.
oh no, I hit. Oh, that's another weird group of people with weird likings. That shit's weird. Have you ever seen
Indians.
some pure like Indian like homemade shit? Like I have because I was interested. That shit's like odd. I like it's not like disturbing, but it's just odd. And you know it's that shit's stinking there, you know. You can smell that shit from here. Also, like, oh, that reminds me. Okay, this is such a weird thing to ask. I guess it's not really a weird thing. It really is like a culture thing, right? It really is. But like the way I don't know, like the predatory nature of I guess men, you know?
Yeah.
Cause like you see some like in America, in most places, I guess in more big cities, right? It's shunned, you know? Should not be like that. You shouldn't be like uh I don't know, harassing, you know, you shouldn't be sexually assaulting, you know. You shouldn't really push yourself upon them. It's more, just in a sense just chill. But like again, like you said, like in India or like Egypt, like they can get away with that shit, and that's so weird to me, you know. You
It's
can get
just
away with
it. The
doing that shit
women
in
are
this day.
just looked at different.
It's
They're not treated as
weird.
equal.
Yeah, I know, but this is so weird to think about, cause it's like, who the fuck set up that rule? You know, who's just like, you know, who's cooking in the studio? Cause that motherfucker needs to die. You know, they probably are dead. But you know what I'm saying? It's like,
I mean, it was like that here in America too.
oh yeah, not until like the like
60s.
late 1800s. Well, I'm talking for like when they first started making feminism strides. I would say late 1800s, or at least pushing for it. 60s, yeah. Oh, like Grease, like the movie Grease. I know this wasn't made in the 50s, but it's based in the 50s, right? like the way like they're cheating, like Sally was really fucked. You know? Have you like have you realized that? Have you ever seen it
I
recently?
thought there's a, you know what's weird is like there's a sex scene in that movie, and that movie's shown to kids.
Yeah, that's true. It's
No one ever
yeah.
talks about that. Like like he's literally like, oh, we don't have a rubber. Ah, fuck it. It's like what? This is a kid. Like this is shown in schools. I remember watching this in elementary.
It's just that good though. It is a good movie. But like the way they treated her was really shit. They made her switch her entire personality at the end of the movie.
Just for him to like her.
Yeah, that's like insane. And like just because she was more like prune, you know? That's it. That's just weird. And they were making there's a whole song making fun of her just because she was prune, you know?
And they're like, you gotta change your lipstick, gotta change your look for the man that you like, or some shit like
And that
that.
shit's so fucked. I was like, it's a good movie because of the music, really.
But then
But like you watch it,
but
it's
they
just
were
like,
totally wrong, weren't they? Because then he was like,
yes,
I
they
still like
are.
your body. You're still cool, shit. Let's fly away together in this fucking hot air balloon.
Basically. It's just so weird. It's so weird. I don't know. I just never got like, obviously, because I grew up at a time where like you don't really judge people, right? But it's just like I don't know, like who starts it? You know, that's my biggest issue. It's like who starts that shit? Who just saw a woman and just like, nah, I'm about to get real disrespectful. You know, that shit's weird.
Heck,
And to that point too.
yeah. I don't know. That's why I don't know. That's the reason I don't like some of those countries. It's because of the way they treat women. I'm like, ugh.
Mm. Go tell that to a woman in UT right now. I bet you're gonna get a date. Tell them that right now. Go to the what is it? Women's science or some shit. Gender science. Go to the gender science.
Women's studies and
Eh,
like gender studies.
Yeah, yeah. Go do that. Tell them right now you're getting a date.
Yeah,
Hundred
I
percent.
just don't. I
You
just
you can
really
probably
don't
go to the
agree with
art
that.
place too. You can probably go to the art place. You will
You know
actually
what
have a better
I'm
time with the art.
saying?
Because I feel like they're not completely like. You could probably do it. Like, oh damn, you're so right, Ari. They're gonna say that, or Ari, since you don't want to tell people you're call people Ari. You don't like telling people as your name's Ari.
No,
It's
because then
kind
they
of funny.
call me like Jerry and Eric, so I don't even bother.
I don't know. Seems lazy.
Because people just be
Um,
like, "Hey, Eric. Hey, Jerry." What, bro? I told you, Ari, Jerry, Eric. Okay.
just get rid of the J. Just say
Just
Ari.
Air E. But you know, I'm
What's up,
just like Ari.
Ari?
People use Ari because they're familiar with that name. So
That's so stupid.
I don't like it either.
Honey. That's so stupid.
But people
That's so
just be calling
stupid.
me like Ernesto and shit. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm Ari.
And I go by Toddle. Name's Toddle.
Tots.
Tots. That's crazy. Uh, Tater tots for real. Uh, but yeah, I can't believe we're talking about the social. Uh, what the fuck does he say? Jay Smith
The
say?
social and economic state of the world right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe we're doing that. It all started off with the fucking Dojin.
Yeah, man, it's an interest perspective of the human mind. What causes the mind to
It
do
is
these
though.
things?
It is. But I really do think it really just kind of stems from like at least
Fantasies.
oh fantasies, but the fantasies drive from something they lack in real life.
The insecurity drive the fantasies, which then drive the creations of these things.
Yeah, you could even apply that what I said earlier with the GF ASMR. It's something that they want, you know.
Yeah.
So
Something that they feel is missing from their life, which is their
yeah,
insecurity, which then fuels their fantasy.
and then that's how people get paid by filling that fantasy. Sounds like an easy job though.
Just be whisper, hey, I'm so glad you came home today. And this motherfucker
Yeah.
like, he said
The
no.
only bad thing,
Work was so tough
yeah,
today.
and you get money for it though. I mean, I'm not honestly, I'm not gonna make fun of people who do that shit because they're
I
just
might.
at like a. Yeah, I know you might, but like me, I won't because it's vulnerable. You know, like somebody's like feels super that lonely. You know, it's sad, and it's something that
Yeah,
needs to be worked upon.
it's true. Like,
Um,
yeah.
so it's like that's like real mental health issue in my mind. Right. So I'm not gonna like. You could diss them all you want. I get it because it is kind of funny, you know. But it's still like I don't know. Like it's like that person feels the need that they need to listen to this, you know. And that's like, damn, you know, that sucks, you know. Um. Uh. But yeah, I'm gonna go peep them. No, I'm just kidding. I might though. I saw some like content creators of theirs, and they're just like, this is really good, you know. And I've seen the male ones, you know.
Come,
Those ones,
come,
yo,
come.
that shit's funny. So I want to see if there's anything funny like that, you know? Like I want to know if there's anything that's just like so cringe. You're just like, oh, no one would say that in real life, dog. You know? That has to be.
But I mean, it's such a that's such a sad thing, though.
No, yeah, but
It's
that's a
depressing.
big society thing, though, right? It's like
They probably
when
got
it
that in
comes to
Japan.
100%.
They
I
got
mean, you can
gangs
rent.
where like you touch like at the hand of like an anime girl through like a screen and shit.
Yeah, like it is. It's a big society issue, and like it makes me. It's always funny because it's always the guy's issue, right? I'm
Hmm.
not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, like you should really like just start dating men just to do it, right? Because like that's not true. Some like a good majority of us are really shitty, you know? Have you realized that?
Yeah,
Like
there's a lot of I've definitely noticed talking to some people.
you're just like,
Depend.
what the fuck, you know?
I'd say a lot of the younger dudes have like a very extreme one, while like some of the older men are kind of like uncomfortably like kind of like extreme.
No, yeah. I I mean, obviously,
Like
with
like young dudes be
bet.
like, I want to just fucking destroy her in bed, and like the other one, like some of like the older men, just they just be like sexist as hell. They're just like, yeah, they're just inferior beings.
Oh yeah, and then I'm not gonna, yeah, basically. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, ha ha ha, you know, like you should just do that. Like some people generally are just lonely because they did it to themselves, you know?
Yeah, some people don't realize it's them that need to change.
Yeah, but I feel like, I mean, there's still a good portion of the people who are lonely probably don't necessarily deserve to be lonely, you know? And I think that's the biggest issue. I don't really care about the people who do it themselves, you know? I don't care that you're like, if your top artist is Tom McDonald, there's a reason why you're by yourself, you know? Like, uh, you love fucking Andrew Tate and you love the like most red pill shit they do them to themselves, you know? Um, but yeah, I don't know. But because it's not really a girl issue, is it? Which is also an insane thing to say.
I would say,
There's
uh,
still there's lonely girls, but they don't get to the point where it's just kind of like yeah, they have like boyfriend ASMRs, but they're all just like kind of like a fetish, you know? There's no affirmation. Like there's a lot of affirmation when it comes to like the men ones.
it's just because like women are more social. I feel like they're less. I feel like they're just kind of less likely to feel as depressed as a dude.
Maybe.
Because dudes also have, I would say, more of a responsibility in a society.
Yeah, like predetermined. Like yeah, I got you. Uh, I get that. Well, I feel like I feel like not necessarily that they have that, but I feel like they feel like they have to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, it's
I
the
have to
societal
carry this
pressure.
burden. I have to do this. Yeah, but I don't. I think it's like self-made, really. Cause like,
It's
it,
self-made, and it's also just it is a society thing.
I don't know. Cause I think some stuff is just kind of like, because okay, you have like one side. Let's bring this up. People are just like, if you're a man, you have to pay for everything, right? Which is okay. You know, you have the people who just think like, yeah, you have to like have a bunch of money to even get considered in a relationship, right? And then you have the other side where it's just like, oh, okay, like you don't have to, like we can like split things, you know? Then you have that side of people. I don't think it's societal pressure just because it's like there's a bunch of different other pressures, if that makes sense, you know? There's a bunch of different other standards, I should say, right? And you can suit yourself to the ones you prefer, right? That make you, I guess, you more comfortable. Uh, so I feel like if you put yourself in a society then where it's like, yeah, I need to be the breadwinner, you know, I need to be this, I need to be that. Like you kind of just did it to yourself, in a sense, unless your family's like really weird about it. Cause
Yeah.
like I don't know, let's say like Tater and his girlfriend stay together, right? From what Tater says, she's gonna make more money, right? I'm not gonna
Yeah.
look at Tater any different. I'm not gonna be like, oh Tater, you're you're gonna let
You're
your
a
woman,
fucking fat.
you know, like oh wow, she wears the pants in this relation, you know, like I'm not gonna do that.
No, I'll be like,
So that's
all right,
that's
cool.
why I don't that's why I
Nice.
don't think it's 100% society pressure. I feel like it's self-made because you let these people's like mindsets of their own ideals like change your years, you know.
Yeah.
While I feel like in Japan it's more just like like it's more social because pretty much everybody agrees,
It,
you
it's
know.
b-
I
well,
feel like
it's just so hard rooted into their society.
yeah. Well, in America it's all just like here's so many
Things are
people have
always
so many
changing.
different ideas. Exactly. So that's why I think it's self-made. Like, cause like, does a person who's like, oh yeah, I have to be the breadwinner. Oh yeah, I have to have the most money. If she makes more money than me, I'll feel like a bitch, you know, type shit. Those people do it to themselves. You know, it's self-made. Cause you don't have to be. There's women with the same. Like, there's a partner. I shouldn't say just women.
Yeah, you know,
There's
you
like other
can
other partners that like have similar ideas, sure, but you don't have to be with somebody with that
you
same
can be the
idea. You know,
cameraman while your girlfriend gets railed.
like that one dude.
I would never want
Hey,
to do that. No,
Hey,
thank
well,
you.
yeah, 'cause that's you. But like, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. How can I be his friend? I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, she said his friends. Like, hey, listen,
Hey,
I
hey,
like
listen.
Psychonauts and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We could be buds.
We could be best friends. That's wild. Nah, but it's just like that's another thing, right? It sounds sad, but genuinely, what if he likes it? Is it sad?
Yeah, because I mean, there
No.
is people who actually enjoy in that type of thing.
If
That
he's
that
forced
those,
to,
those
that's
people are.
sad. But if they like it,
Uh,
then is it really bad?
I don't know.
No.
Those things. I think those type of relationships are just really complicated.
Really?
Yeah, because what if he's just like, in a way, I don't know. 'Cause sometimes I feel
Because
like those people are like the dudes are usually kind of like abusive, like they force their girlfriend to do that.
oh yeah, you're gonna do this to my friends type shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
for like his own gain.
I can see that. I can see that. Especially if he like a thing that kind of triggers me in like those type of relationships, and like that make content, I guess, right? Is like whenever I guess the dude manages it. Have you ever seen that? Or like when
Yeah,
your
like
girlfriend's
where
like,
like
oh
her
yeah,
boyfriend or like husband is
it's like
managing it. It's like
yeah, and it's just
okay,
like
I know like
that
one of these days she's gonna die, or something.
yeah, cause like dude, you're like I'll be honest, no one's here for you. You know, no one's here for you. Uh, I guess some people are, right? But majority of the people are not for you. You know, like you don't. If you're not the one really making the money, there's no reason why you need to manage it, dog. You know,
Like
like
those people are usually. I feel like those people are usually kind of abusive.
no, yeah, that's 100%. That's 100% like it there. But I feel like
Which could
it could be healthy. Cause some people generally don't care. Cause
some people are
they're
into
not.
like those like free relationships where you're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, but it's also just like I think it comes to like not you're not romantically cheating with anybody. You know? Like you're not
I mean,
like
it's.
y-
I
what?
I still think it's kind of weird.
No, yeah, but that's just you, right? And cause I see like, if I ever met somebody per se and they had one, and for some reason I had something, would I mind? It's in the top of my head. Has that ever hit you in your head before?
What?
Cause that hits me in my head. It was just kind of like if you knew somebody who did that type of deal, right? And y'all hitting it off, I would consider it. You know, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, personally. But I
Personally,
only
we
think
can
I could.
stay friends. I ain't gonna lie. We can
No,
stay friends.
because the thing with me is like if I knew somebody and I was doing it, and we talked to each other like that, and then they decided to bring it up, I'll feel a type of way. But I feel like if they already did it, I'm kind of just like, okay, you
Well,
know?
I guess yeah. You're just kind of preparing yourself for what you already know. What this
Yeah,
is.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like if I came, like if a person I was with and that happened, I'll be like, oh, that's a serious thing you have to talk out,
I
right?
mean, that's just like what dating a porn star, though. I wouldn't personally,
Yeah,
but
and
I
that's
know.
and
But
that's the
there's
thing.
people who will. I mean, Riley Reid's got a boyfriend, doesn't she? Got a
Yeah,
whole
but
kid.
then you got like the people who are just like again, there's two different types of there's people who can see romance and I guess lust as two different things, you know. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of like I can sacrifice some of this just because you're not doing anything romantically wrong, you know. Um, I don't know. It's really interesting though. I
I
hope that
think.
dude's doing okay.
I think if I ever had a girlfriend, I'd just be kind of worried if she had a guy friend. But I don't know. Just
Nah,
insecure.
I'll be honest with you. It depends. You have to look at him. Like because I don't know. If you look stupid, let's be honest, nothing's happening. You know,
Yeah.
you could be worried if somebody was genuinely attractive. Is it insecurity? 100%. But you could. It makes sense, right? But if they look like I don't know, I'm trying to think of somebody ugly that's fictional. The guy with for Timmy Turner, he had that big view, the big fucking what was it? It started with a B. He had a big pimple, but they called it something else.
Oh, Boyle.
A boil, yeah. He had a massive boil. Like if you saw that, or Coconut Head from Nez Declassified. Where I don't think you have anything to worry about.
That's true. I guess it just depends.
Um, Personally, I came to a state where it's just kind of I don't really care. At this point, I feel like it's more not necessarily caring, because I guess I slightly do care because I think about it, right? But it's more just I think it's just not worth it. Does that make sense? I feel like this is a lot of responsibility, and it's just to unless it's 100% something I can see that's I'm either stupid for saying no. I guess that's pretty much it, right? You'd be stupid for rejecting it. But if it's just one day, if somebody just telling me, it's oh yeah, you want to blah blah blah, I'll probably just say no, you know. But nah, that's stupid. It really just seems like a hassle, personally.
I mean, I should have enough trust in that person. I think too that they would, not do anything.
No, I'm not care about that. I'm talking about just more in a general thing, right? Being with somebody really is just
Depends how you look at it.
it's a lot of responsibility, though.
It is. Which is
It's
why I
just
don't like it when people be like, sometimes you talk to family members or some people.
mm,
A lot of times, I don't know, it's weird. Like sometimes when I meet a new like a dude, sometimes
yeah,
they'll ask me, they're like, "Hey, you got a girlfriend?" And I'm like, "No." The fuck?
yeah.
I was like, I'm not like me personally. That's not what I'm not looking for that because I don't want to waste somebody's time. I would think that I'd be wasting somebody's time because they would probably be looking for something more than I'd be able to give. Because again, I don't. I want to play games when I go home. I don't want to talk to you. You
That's
know what I
true.
mean? It's like what they would want is wanting to go out and be social and go to these events and it's like no, I'm
Okay,
good, bro.
so
I
that's
want to
another
stay
thing I want to
home.
bring up. See, that's another thing I want to bring up, right? You're 100% correct, but I think that only happens for the people who are actively searching for it, right? Because like if somebody came up to me and they're just like this, they're searching for it, you know? It's not like a
Yeah.
genuine connection. It would be different, you know? Because like if you were talking to somebody and you genuinely made a connection, right? And you started thinking that way, like your idea was just like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you. I want to play video games. That would 100% switch just because it's pure, natural, and genuine. Does that make sense? Like you're not just like, oh, dating to see if this would work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You just be like, oh no, I genuinely like this person, and I feel like that's another big issue, and that's why I don't think shit works.
People dating
Like
just to date.
kind of like personally, it's kind of a hot take, kind of a hot take. I feel like that's what happening with Mateo right now. You know,
Dating just to
like
date. I
I'm
understand
not
it.
gonna I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, like I'm not hating. You know, him you do you. But it's just kind of like I don't know, like why are you with her? Because, like, he'll talk and he'll be like, oh, yeah, she just wants to talk to me all the time, blah, blah, blah. I just want to do this. And it's just like,
That's what you
I
signed up
don't know.
for.
Yeah, and it's not even just what you signed up for. It's just like, wouldn't you want to, like, drop
Yeah.
everything just to talk to this person? You know? That's, like, my biggest thing. Whenever I ever liked somebody, it was like, oh, yeah, I would drop this for them, you know? Personally. And I've only liked, like, two people in my life, you know? So it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's really interesting. It's like, eh. What do I know though, you know?
I don't think you're far off from when I've been talking to people about relationships. I don't think anything we've said has been far off, to be honest.
Yeah, I just think a lot of people just like yeah, just kind of just do it just to do it, and then it doesn't work out, and then they're just like,
Because
damn,
there
what
was
the
never
fuck?
anything there before. You made it artificial. You didn't really know each other.
See, that's why I hate like dating apps and shit, cause that nah, it makes it so shallow, you know? It really does. It's just kind of like you look at somebody instantly, and they're just kind of like, boom, like your first initial opinion is what they look like, right?
Yeah, but the thing is like those type of I don't know. The
And
thing
it
is, it's
doesn't
very
work.
hard for people to get with people nowadays. It's not the same.
No, yeah, no, I get that 100%, but I also don't think it works either. Of course, you have like, oh yeah, but I met this person, you know, but you know how many people download the app, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Like, because you're going on this random date, random thing with somebody you don't know, complete random stranger. You know nothing about them except for what they want you to know, you know? And that's
Yeah.
the issue. Because the entire time you talk, the entire time you date, they are showing you a side that they want you to see, you know? They won't show you anything else because they want this to happen. And then you guys get together and start dating, right?
And then it
And then
just goes to shit.
they slowly start showing you the real them, and then you're just like, no, that's not gonna happen, you know? And that's how you get into abusive relationships too. Wow, like a genuine one is like, it's a lot harder, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like you talk to somebody, they're showing you 100% who they are for the most part, depending how like close you get to them, you know, and the closer you get, the more you know of them, and if you genuinely start liking them since there, that's a great sign, you know? Like you know this person 100%, you still like them. Well, that's like impossible now these days because people are not social, you know? People are not social. People work too much. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like people work too much to the point where they get home and they just want to like you, right? You just want to play games. You just want to watch whatever. You want to go 3D sculpt, you know? You just want to do that. You're not thinking about much, you know? Um, but I also think it's like, uh, what I say earlier? Working too much and something else. Oh, people not being social. It goes in the mixture too. What I just said, right? So like people rather be home now these days.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. So it's hard to talk to people. That's it. Also, let's be honest. What's the chances of you finding somebody like you truly like in the city you grew up in? You know, that's pretty hard, I would say.
Yeah.
And then you gotta think about like all the other people that like the person you like too.